she would make a good public servant. So here you go. One of the reasons I think she'd make a great public servant is because when she's having a conversation with someone, she really listens to understand. She's not listening to reply. So I think that makes conversations much more enriching, and that's what we need in a politician. And a little bit odd for me to talk about her potentially being a public servant, because I already feel like she is a public servant. She's a legal observer, she's a lawyer, a teacher, a poet, just a community organizer. And despite the many hats that she wears, she always stays genuine. So you're not going to see her saying something in front of the public and then going behind doors and saying something else. You know, she walks her talk, and her values follow her wherever she goes. So she stays very consistent in that. And the last thing I'd say about her, one of the things she says very frequently is justice is just us being just us. So that really speaks to how she is as a leader. She's not just going to be up in front of people talking, you know. The community leads together. She's not leading by herself. She's really pulling everyone in with her. And I think that's really what we need as a leader, because this is our season.
Another thing I'd say about Nikkita is that she constantly shows up for folks, and as we all know, she's a boss. She's the only person I know who can balance being a lawyer, artist, boxer, community organizer, activist, mentor, and run for mayor. She works hard in everything she's committed to. She balances stress and expectations with multiple communities. So in a way, she's been preparing for this her whole life. She's committed to the cause, the community, and the people she calls family. She coached our Youth Speak Slam team last year, and I had the honor of getting to grow even closer to her. She's unapologetically Black, youthful, and powerful. She's about the people, those of us most marginalized. Nikkita shows folks around the city what it means to be powerful, intersectional, and humble. So many people know her as a public figure, but I am blessed to know her personally. She treats me like her younger sister, and I'm proud to call her my family. Over the past few years of knowing her, I can tell you that the Nikkita you see on stage is the same Nikkita off stage and in the streets. She's real, in City Hall and when she's in other people's classrooms. She's unafraid to speak her mind and do what's right. We need a mayor like that. More inclusive and beautifully diverse.
The last thing I'll say is if you want Nikkita to be mayor, please register to vote.
Say that.
80% in the national elections, only 80% of potential voters registered and actually voted. That's 20% of the national population that did not register. And when it comes down to local elections, that number drops down to 40%. And people of color having the lowest number of registered voters. So, y'all, we have the power and we have the people power. Look at this room.